So this is Mrs. Abry, my 9th grade English teacher. Introduce yourself to the world.
I'm Quaniqua.
What grade are you in?
I'm in the 11th grade.
Okay. And how are you today?
I'm good.
Happy Wednesday.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you can be here for this monumental experience.
I am too.
Thanks a lot. So I've just been telling them a few things about myself, being reacquainted, and right now I would love for Mrs. Abry to quickly tell my friend here who I was when I went to school at Valley View High.
Well, what you see is what you get. That's what I think. You know, I see that you're Dawn. You're still Dawn. But I can tell you what my impression of you was when I first met you.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah. Dawn had a cohort. Dawn was on this side of the room and Shelley was on this side of the room. Okay, in this classroom, it was kind of like this. Shelley was here, Dawn was here. And we had English 1 honors. Outspoken group of people usually, not everybody, but a lot. But if you take Shelley and Dawn together, you get times 10 outspoken. Okay, so there's nothing different in this outspokenness. Shelley's probably still outspoken. Shelley just got married, has a PhD. That's how terrifically educated this woman became. Her best friend in 9th grade. Dawn, on the other hand, was a little or a lot, it just depended on the day, a lot of underlying pain, a lot of anger within the outspokenness, anger, and not directed at me per se, but directed at a subject, whatever the subject was. If a person stood up or a person said something out loud and it was the opposite viewpoint, usually one of not what you would call pro-civil rights. I mean, I guess I could say that. You know, maybe you would call it a racist remark. You might have called it that too. But there would be Dawn and Shelley in my class to stand up and take notice. Excuse me, but do you understand that this is the way it is? You want it to be this way, but it isn't. And the two of them were on the same side, but on opposite sides of the room. So there was an energy that would cross in the middle, and everybody could feel it. And some students would stop talking because they would realize, oops, you know, these girls mean business. But what was unique about Dawn and Shelley is that both of them would speak intelligently, not spewing irrational thought, but speak intelligently and make sense. So to see the two of them constantly at this going at it, it was my year. It was my whole entire year of this. These two, and they would stand up. They would just get up. Dawn would get up. And she'd say, I can't believe you said that to an individual. An individual would say, why can't you believe it? So because Dawn would say, I really believe that you believe that. And I'm here to tell you that's not how it is. And constant reminder for me that it's important to see many ideas and not just one person's point of view. Or if you're reading a book, say we were reading Most Controversial Black Boy, and students asking why we should be reading it in that year. Civil rights was in the 50s and 60s. That's over. Black people don't have this problem anymore. We're in Reno Valley. There's hardly any prejudice anywhere. Well, Dawn and Shelley were there to tell us, then are you in our black skin? Are you in my brown skin? Are you in my brown skin? Black, if you will. Are you in my skin? Do you go where I go? Do you wake up? Do you go to a store? Do you know what it's like? Until you live in this skin, until you live it. Don't tell me that black boy is not appropriate for people now. Because it is appropriate. It is for us to learn. We learn from those books and then we move on from them. So it was a constant thing. Then Dawn and Shelley went to their next teacher. Okay, they both were fortunate to have Miss Wilson because Miss Wilson was also terrific and was a very pro civil rights individual. And
yay, Miss Wilson.
yeah, exactly in the same way. They were also very fortunate because they had one counselor who just loved them, and it was Miss Nancy Stimson.
Yes.
Miss Nancy Stimson. And she is the one who pushed these girls into my class as opposed to somebody else's class, because she knew that if they were in my class, they would probably get what they needed in that area. Then Dawn left. Halfway through I saw her in the office one day. I saw you, and I went to the office, and there Dawn was checking